The writer's strike ended, but we already had the wheels in motion and still wanted to do it. So.
What did you think when he talked to you about an internet series?
He's got a lot of crazy ideas. My rule is when Joss Whedon calls you and says, hey, we had this thing we're thinking about doing, just say yes. Just
Really?
say yes. It's going to be great, so just say
Were you
yes.
Dr. Horrible?
I was Dr. Horrible's arch nemesis, Captain Hammer.
Anything talk about a sequel?
We talk about it all the time. Neil Patrick Harris played Dr. Horrible, is a busy guy. I'm pretty tied up at the moment, but all of us are enthusiastic to do a sequel.
You debuted in 2008 on the internet.
Yes.
Did you foresee that 6 years later there would be a show like Larry King on the internet?
I think this is the direction things are going. This thing where people say, you know what I want to watch is this, and they press a button and they're watching it. That's, I think, the future of entertainment. And we're seeing that now. The TVs that come out are smart TVs. You can access Netflix or Hulu and watch what you care to watch. You can really design your programming.
It's the audience's game.
It sure is.
Yeah. Is there all that good about it?
What do you think?
I started all-night radio. I started national talk radio on the network and worldwide satellite TV, and I just do what I do.
And
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just being transmitted
Fair enough.
differently. You grew up in Edmonton. What was childhood like in Canada?
Cold. Our winters are long, and it would snow before Halloween. So your Halloween costume when you were a kid was whatever they could see under your parka, you know, and your boots. Like, look at the pant legs. That's my costume. And then it would snow before my birthday, March 27th. It was a very long winter.
I spoke in Edmonton up
When?
there with Barbara Bush. We spoke together in a big event. I liked it a lot.
What time of year were you there?
Fall.
Thank God. Thank God it wasn't winter.
And the light nights are long, right?
Very, very long.
How big is Canadian television?
There is a Canadian content law. There's a certain percentage of our entertainment that must be Canadian. It's kind of enforced in
I like
that way. It's I think good in a lot of ways. There's some people who are against it, but that's what I grew up with. That's what I know.
How did you get on One Life to Live?
A audition tape I made for a Canadian film in Vancouver. I sent to Vancouver. It went from Vancouver to Los Angeles to New York in the course of a year. So it was a year old by the time I got to New York. They called me and asked me if I was still acting and if I'd be interested in an audition. And 2 weeks later, I was living in New York City.
Who did you play on One Life to Live?
I was the best Joey Buchanan ever. There was a lot of us. There was a bunch.
What was Joey Buchanan?
He was the youngest son of the Buchanan clan. My mother was the matriarch of the show, Vicky Buchanan, played by Erica Slezak. And I had a torrid affair with her arch nemesis.
Was doing a soap opera, you were Emmy nominated about it, doing a soap opera, were you acting, did you feel like it was real, or did you feel like it was a throwaway or was serious? How do you approach it?
It is very serious business, but again, it is a machine. They are producing. Anybody who speaks poorly or talks down about daytime drama, I consider that person to have never seen it or tried it themselves. It is incredibly difficult to do, and because of the machine it is, because of the sheer number of episodes, an episode every day. That is incredibly hard work to do. And not everyone can be gold, I confess that, but there's a lot of incredibly powerful work being done on daytime dramas every day. More so back in the day when we had more daytime dramas.
A lot of the scripts pretty good?
You know what, I always thought it was very much a team effort. The actor being the last line of defense before something hits the air, just trying to make, everybody was trying to pull along and make it work. Nobody stopped the machine and said, I'm not going to do this. It was all about making it work. It was a wonderful place to start.
Did you leave it for something else?
The fellow who played my uncle, Bob Woods, sat me down and said, when your contract is over, I'm telling you, you have to leave, go to Los Angeles, try your hand out there. If it doesn't work, come back and we'll accept you with open arms, but you have to try.
One Life to Live is in New York.
Yeah.
What was your breakout here?
I Did a number of things out here when I first moved out. The most, I think the one that everyone would have seen would be Saving Private Ryan. I had a small role in Saving Private Ryan.
Well, were you a soldier?
I was the wrong Ryan. When they tell the kid his brothers are dead and he cries and he turns out to be the wrong guy. That was a 25-year-old me with Ted Danson on one side and Tom Hanks on the other. And I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful experience.
You've been pretty lucky. I'm talented, but lucky. There's a lot of luck involved.
I'm the luckiest guy I've ever met.
Life's pretty good, huh, Nathan?
Life is really good for me. Thank you very much, Larry.
Do you pinch yourself, Nathan?
Constantly.
What do you look ahead to do? What do you want to do? You've done so much.
For me, the next thing, I've spent 7 years playing the same characters. If there was something else on the horizon, I would like to dabble in other characters.
How about a major film?
I would like to do something like that. Why, do you have something in mind?
I'm thinking about it.
Produce together?
Nathan will answer your social media questions right after this. Nathan Fillion's our guest. We have some social media questions. At Rebecca Hunsberg tweets, do you have a favorite moment from season 7 so far?
Do I have a favorite moment from season 7 so far? Boy, you know what? They all blend together. People ask me, what's your favorite? And I once the episode is done, I kind of delete it from the memory banks to get the next one done. Yes, Paul Ben Victor, a wonderful actor and a friend of mine from a long time back, came to our show to play a friend from Castle's distant past. So here I have a friend from my distant past coming to play a friend from my distant past. So that was a favorite of mine.
A life lesson.
Right.
Yes. Cheryl Aldrich on Facebook. Did you nail the Time of Our Lives episode, Wedding Vows, on the first take?
Yes. Always nailed it first take.
At Ordibs Kadik, if you weren't acting, what do you think you'd be doing?
Jewel thief.
Jewel thief.
Yeah, I like that.
Would you have been a good
romantic.
jewel thief? You'd have been good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I could tell you look like you'd be a good jewel. Because you know why? You have the kind of face that would be just accepted. The jewelry store would let you in.
I'm so trusting.
The woman would let you in. Yeah. The woman would let you in for more reasons than one. At Nat 1849, I'm curious about what you and Alan Tudyk, is that the way it's pronounced, are cooking up regarding con men.
Alan Tudyk has been writing a web series about a guy, a couple of guys that came off of a failed sci-fi series, which is where Alan and I know each other from, is the Firefly series. And one guy launches into success, and his character is now doing these sci-fi conventions to make a living.
And it's con men?
Con man.
Lexi Newman, what's your favorite gadget that you have in your house?
Right now, my favorite gadget is my thermostat. I have one of those Nest thermostats. It learns your patterns and it heats the house when you're there and it cools it, it lets it,
You like that?
Oh yeah, it saves you energy.
Lights go on when you walk into the room?
That kind of thing. Yeah, it's all automated from your phone. You can do that
I'm
stuff.
a throwback, man.
Yeah.
I like switches.
Do you go up and change the channels like manually?
I
on the
wish I
TV?
could.
That was my job when I was a kid.
Now a game of If You Only Knew. We just throw questions at you. First girl you kissed?
I was like my next door neighbor, Donna. And I was in second grade, I think. First grade.
Whatever happened to Donna?
I talked to her like 2 years ago. She's, I think, in Toronto now or somewhere in Canada.
Superpower you'd like to have?
The ability to find anything.
TV show you'd love to guest star in?
Larry King now.
Time period you'd like to go back and visit?
Medieval times.
Most amount of dialogue you've had to memorize at once?
Shakespeare.
Would you rather hit a home run or score the game-winning goal in a hockey game?
A home run, because I don't like the ice. I don't like the cold.
What would Captain Hammer be today? Where would Captain Hammer be today?
Running for politics.
Who would win in the fight, Malcolm Reynolds or Captain Hammer?
Malcolm Reynolds, because he shoots first.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh my God, why do we have to choose? Why choose?
You don't have to. Hey, this ain't a courtroom.
Thank God.
A film you wish you could have been in?
Oh, that's a Aliens.
A role you'd love to play?
I would love to be the monster in a monster movie.
Best prank pulled on the set of Castle.
What have I done on the set of Castle?
Do you do it, or does someone else? Is there a prankster on the set?
There are pranks being played on in Castle all the time. Oh, there was a fella at work had a skin tag, this little skin tag hanging off his arm there, and I said I could get it off. I took a little cauterizer and I sliced it off him. Next day he comes to work and it's all infected. It looked like it was traveling down some veins. It looked really, really bad. It turns out he went to the makeup trailer and had them doll it all up with some terrible makeup.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Funniest co-star you've worked with?
Funniest Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, he is funny.
Very. He won't shut up, that guy.
Most likely to break up during a scene?
Most likely John Huertas.
Hidden talent?
My hidden talent? My hairpiece.
Is that a hairpiece?
No, sir. But it does look like one, right?
How do you do that?
Right? It's got a floating scalp. It's the whole Fillion side of my family have that. And just wiggle it around like that.
Are you kidding me now? Are you putting me on, or do you have a hairpiece?
This is all me. It's all.
Do it again.
You wiggle it back and forth. One of those, right? Pull it back, push it forward. There we go. All straight.
You're putting me on.
No, sir. You want to give it a tug? There you go.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Now, there is a talent.
Thank you. And hidden.
You could make money with it. In fact, you could do commercials for a wig maker.
Ooh. Or shampoo.
Watch how mine works. It's all phony anyway, right? All right. One more thing. How old are you?
I'm 43.
You're 53.
43.
I'm saying you're 53.
Okay, now I'm 53.
What do you want to be doing?
I want to wake up in the morning, jog a couple laps around the island I own, and then jump on the boat to go get supplies because all my friends are coming to visit for a week.
Why are you still single?
And my wife will come with me.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank my guest, Nathan Fillion. Be sure to watch Castle Monday nights at 10 p.m. on ABC. And you can see Nathan answer even more of your social media questions on our blog at kingsthings.aura.tv. And remember, you can find me on Twitter at kingsthings, and I'll see you next time.